Okay, I think we're good. The status on my microphone was flickering like, no, you're not going to have sound today. But I think we're solid. Should be good. Yay. Hey, guys. Awesome. All right. Put my tea. Grab a sip of tea. Any requests from anybody? If you want to move, if you want to stretch, if you want to lay there and breathe, feel free to type in the comment section and I will see it. Trish, I just adore you and I've never met you. That's all. And I love that you're just present and accounted for on Fridays. Joel says hips. I'm totally down. Yes, please. Yes, please. I did a bunch of lunges today, actually. I'm going to regret that tomorrow, so yes. Hips, legs, all the legs. I saw Shondell went for a run, so she is post-run. We'll get her runner legs worked out. Got you, girl. Half stretch, half move. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Move it out, shake out the bleh if we've been sitting, and then just take it nice and easy at the end. We need to shake it up a little bit first. Sounds excellent. All right, we will get to it. Yeah, and hopefully my microphone does not look like it's being weird anymore. I had the Wi-Fi on my computer just to check where I was at in the room. And now that that's off, I think we're good. But if I cut out, someone send me a long message so I see it on the screen and I know that something's wrong. Thanks. Or someone text Matt and he'll knock on the door and tell me something's wrong. Okay. Go ahead and find your tall seat. If you need a towel, if you need a blanket, something to sit on, something to elevate your hips, or some sort of pillow, go ahead and find your tall seat. Land from your day. Land from your week. And feel where the hips, where the legs, the ankles, the feet, any part that touches the floor, be aware of where it lands. And exhale into this surface. Feel as though all of the cares, all of the weights we carry, all the hats, the jobs, the roles, all melt into the floor. As you inhale, feel the breath rise up the center line of the body, up the spine, up to the crown of the head. Exhale, release all your cares, all the things weighing you down, that sluggish energy into the floor. Finding your presence here in your clear self. Inhale up the center line of the spine. Sit tall through the crown of the head. Couple more times. Exhales, release. Starting fresh, allowing this to be a restart. Inhale tall up the length of the spine. Exhale, let go of your week. Inhale, energized, tall, expansive. Exhale, release your day. Presence here, breathing up the spine. If you'd like, setting an intention for your practice that helps round out your week, your day, this moment, however you've been feeling, finding the complement. Or if we've been feeling great, if we've kind of found our new way of being and we'd like to keep it going, set an intention based around that. And bow your head to your chest, seal in your intention, placing it at heart center. Blink the eyes open, take the head up. As you exhale, turn your head to the left, take the chin over the shoulder, and keep the turn. Start to point the chin down. Look down toward left chest, left armpit, breathing here through the outside of the neck. Keep the head turned, but take it back up. Normal level. Look head forwards, and turn the head to the right. And look down, tip the chin down, looking down toward right shoulder, right armpit, maybe the chest, depending on how far the head is turned. Keeping the head turned, lift it back up, lift the chin, turn the head straight forwards. And we'll shift forwards onto hands and knees. Come into tabletop, please. And sitting the hips back to the heels briefly, keep the chest lifted. Hands walk back, still keeping the arms straight. Little half cow pose, half child's pose. As you inhale, open the right arm behind you, twist open through the spine, hips stay where they are, they will not twist. Exhale, release right hand back to the floor. Keeping the shoulders back, trying to use the lats, the lower points of the shoulder blades instead of the upper. Inhale, open the left arm back. Think of rotating the thumb back a little farther than the pinky, external rotation. Exhale, release left hand back to the floor. One more each side. Right arm, inhale, open back. Thumb flips open, maybe even palm toward the ceiling. Exhale, release right hand. Left arm, inhale, extend, open. Maybe palm turns up, open the chest. Exhale, release. Walk the hands forwards, come back up onto hands and knees. One limb at a time. Inhale, take the right arm straight forwards in front of the shoulder. Exhale, release right hand. Left arm, inhale, extend forwards. Keep the core strong so we're not shifting, we're not back bending. Exhale, release left hand. Left leg, inhale, press straight back. Foot flexes back. Exhale, release left knee to the floor. Right leg, inhale, extend straight back. Foot flexes back. And release to tabletop. Right arm and left leg, opposite limbs. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, release to tabletop. Left arm, right leg, inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Add on with our elbow knee tap. Right arm, left leg, inhale, take the limbs out. As you exhale, round like a cat spine, elbow to knee to elbow. Inhale, extend back out, shoulder height, hip height. Release to tabletop. Left arm, right leg, inhale, extend out. As you exhale, elbow to knee to elbow, curl under. Inhale, reach back out. And tabletop. Cow pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw the bottom points of the shoulder blades down the back. Cat pose. Exhale, round. Hug the navel up and under. Inhale, back to cow pose. Lift the chest. Child's pose. Hips back toward heels. Inhale, forwards. Back to cow pose. Shoulder blades wrap back. Heart forwards. Cat pose, exhale, round, navel curls under. Inhale, back to cow pose. Tuck the toes, move back to down dog. Pedaling the feet or keeping stillness through the legs. Moving through the calves. Maybe we feel it through the soles of the feet. And maybe a bit into the hamstrings. And press back even through both hips, both heels. Take your left knee down onto the floor. Point the left toes wide to the left, ground the right foot. So we're in a modified side plank, lifting the right arm. As you exhale, reach the right arm forwards, keeping it here alongside right cheek, right ear. Hopefully there's not a wall in your way. Do extend the arm out all the way if you have space. Grounding down through the pinky toe edge of right foot, long reach. Inhale, raise the right arm back up. Curl the right arm under left shoulder. Inhale, raise the right arm straight up. Curl under left shoulder. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, curl under. Raise all the way up. And place the right hand back to the floor. Pivot left toes back. And set the right knee to the ground. Tucking both toes, both sets of toes, under. Hover the knees an inch or two off the floor, floating our tabletop. Still breathing as we hold here. Next exhale, hips up, back to down dog. And please bring the right knee down to the floor. Rotate right shin, right toes behind you. Ground the left sole of the foot through pinky toe edge. Raise the left arm. Exhale, reach the left arm forwards. Long through whole left side, breathing here. Inhale, raise the left arm up. And 3 times as you exhale, curl left hand under right shoulder. Inhale, raise the left arm back up. Exhale, reach under right shoulder. Lift up. Curl under right shoulder. Lift the left arm. Set the left hand back to the floor. Pivot the right toes back. Set the left knee down. Tabletop once again. Tuck the toes under. Hover the knees an inch or 2 off the floor. Folding, folding, holding. Pulling the heels of the hands toward the knees, knees towards heels of the hands. Whole front body strong. Hips up, back to down dog. And walk the feet forwards. Come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to a half lift. Shoulder blades down the back, lifting the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms. Fold, plant the hands, step your left leg back to kneeling lunge. Left knee to the ground. Inhale, raise the torso, raise the arms, lifting up. Draw the navel away from the right leg. Twist, left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, raise the arms up. Hands land down around right foot. Runner's lunge. Straighten the left knee off the floor. On your next inhale, raise right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here, right hand high. As you exhale, reach the right arm forwards, long through whole right side, from right hand to left heel. Inhale, right arm lifts back up. Release the right hand outside right foot. Step back to a plank or a kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Let the body land. We're going to hover our low cobra, and we're going to keep the thumbs close to the rib cage. Elbows pointing toward one another and toward the ceiling. Hover the chest, hover the hands, triceps squeezing into rib cage, fingertips still pointing forwards around the chest. And release hands around the floor and move back to child's pose. Resting here for a breath. Inhale forwards back to cow pose, lift the chest. Cat pose, exhale round. Back to cow pose. Tuck the toes, back to down dog. Breathing here, we can adjust our stance if it ended up too long from our plank. Every exhale supporting the spine through strength with the core. Every inhale lengthening the spine, lifting the chest in toward the shoulders, elongating the spine. Walk, step, or hop forwards. Half lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms raise. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold, plant the hands right leg back, kneeling lunge, right knee to the floor. Inhale, raise the chest, raise the arms up overhead. Twist, right arm forward, left arm behind. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Hands land down around left foot, runner's lunge. Straighten the right knee off the floor. And next inhale, take left arm up to the ceiling, revolved runner's lunge. As you exhale, reach the left arm forwards alongside left ear, left cheekbone maybe. long from right heel to left hand. Inhale, left arm straight back up over the shoulders and release the left foot to the floor. Inhale back to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time, keep that same strength in the spine, but use the hands. Not using the hands to push yourself up, but as though you're trying to pull and slide yourself forwards. Still breathing. Release the chest, hands around rib cage. Move through knees or toes back to down dog this time. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Keeping the feet to hip width, or if you prefer to take your chair with the feet and legs together, go ahead and adjust your stance to where you'd like to be. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead for chair. We'll take our chair salute. Sit the hips back. Pinky fingers fold to the floor for half chair. Keep the hips back. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. Hands to heart center. Sit back a little farther. Inhale, raise all the way up. Regular forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Plant the hands. Step your left leg back to crescent lunge. Legs strong. Inhale to stand up, raise the arms, twist like we did before. Left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hands land around a right foot. This time, right leg back to three-legged dog, opening the hips, raising through outside seam of right leg, outside of the hip, the knee. Inhale, straight back to three-legged dog, level hips. Down dog, release. With that same strength in the spine, same consideration in our back bend. Inhale to plank or kneeling. Vinyasa if you'd like, or take one of our prior variations. We can float the hands. We can use the hands to pull forwards to low cobra. And exhale back to down dog. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift at the top. Forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Feet to your preferred width for chair. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Sit the hips back, pinky fingers to the floor. Half chair. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Hands to heart center, sit back farther. Inhale all the way up. Regular forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Plant the hands right leg back. Crescent lunge. Inhale to stand up. Navel pulls away from the left leg. Twist right arm forward, left arm behind. Inhale, raise the arms. Hands land around left foot. Runner's lunge. Three-legged dog, left leg inhale back. Opening the hips if you'd like, raising through outer seam. Knee bend is optional if you do choose to take it. Press the foot behind you like we're bringing a similar stretch into left hip that we'd have in kneeling lunge. Inhale, straight back, level hips to three-legged dog. Down dog, release. Again, your choice of vinyasa if you'd like to take one. Plank or kneeling, lowering, your preferred back bend. And back to down dog. Walk, step, or hop forwards, half lift at the top of your mat. And release hands behind the back, or we can grab a towel, some sort of a strap. Bringing the hands a little farther apart if it feels better that way in the chest and the shoulders. And fold. Hands raise away from low back. Torso could land onto the tops of the legs, so we could take a deep bend in the knees. Inhale to a half lift. Release the hands to knees or shins. Exhale, forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Shifting your weight into the left foot, left leg. Bend the right knee up toward the height of the hip. And if that does not feel okay today, we can always tap the right big toe and just shift most of the weight if we need a little kickstand. Release the right foot back to the floor. Weight into right foot, right leg. Bend the left knee up toward the height of the hip, or shift most of the weight and keep the left big toe tapped. Release the left foot back to the floor. Hands to the hips. Step back with your right leg coming into a wide leg stance. Or if you cannot see the screen anymore, adjust yourself. Just remember which side you did, or adjust where your screen is. Inhale the arms wide out to the sides. As you exhale, take the arms wide, interlace hands behind the back. Open the chest and shoulders so we can grab that strap or towel again. Taking our bound wide leg fold, shifting the weight toward the ball of the foot, toward the toes. Backs of the legs active to help us from somersaulting forwards. Inhale, come back to a wide leg half lift. Leave the left hand to the ground below the face, or if you'd prefer, set the left hand onto a block to take the floor closer to you. Right hand to right hip, try to keep low back fairly level, twisting through the upper spine. Think about our arm extension we've done so far from our child's pose variation, from our runner's lunge. If you'd like, extend right arm high or keep it to the hip. Release right hand back to the floor or block, switch sides. Again, low back stays fairly stable. Take the twist into the upper back. Left hand to left hip. Rolling the chest open, staying here. Or extend left arm up. Release the left hand back to the floor or block. Pivot the right toes wider than the right heel, not full skandasana, just starting to bend the right knee over the toes. Take a gentle, strong side lunge and switch. Take the left knee over left toes. Toes can rotate out slightly. So the spine is about parallel to the floor, so it might be lifted a little higher. We can use blocks or all the way to the ground, just bending into one knee, bending into the opposite knee. Switching sides. We can come through center on inhale and sit on exhale, or do whatever feels best for your breath pattern right now. And after we bend to the left side will be our last. We'll come up to an even wide leg half lift. Return the toes in front of the heels and take the hands to the hips. Stand all the way up, pointing right knee, right toes to the back of the mat. Shrug the left heel back for triangle. We're going to take this active. Inhale the arms up overhead and release the fingers. If you'd like, turn the palms up and exhale, start to lean in. So long straight line from left heel to the hands. Still breathing. If the right knee locks back, keep a little bit of a bend. Left side strong, navel in. Inhale, lift up. Return the hands down at the height of the shoulders. Right knee stays straight for triangle. Exhale, reach forwards. Coming down, right hand to shin, ankle, or floor. We can find our block again using the block. Bending into the right knee, reverse warrior, legs strong. Raise the right arm high, left hand to left leg. And stack the spine, warrior two, breathing here. Hug the navel in, maybe feel it a little bit extra in the left hip as you do so. Right knee stays bent over ankle, maybe a little wider toward pinky toe edge. And release the hands to the hips. Switch sides, toes in front of the heels, and then we'll switch left toes to the front of the mat or opposite side, whichever side you took. Right heel back slightly, about 45 degrees. Inhale the arms up at the height of the shoulders. And checking in with the left knee if we need to, keep a little bit of a bend. Raise the arms all the way up, active variation. Interlace fingers if you'd like, or keep the hands parallel. Shift to your left. Torso stays strong within the same plane as the legs. Right foot to right hand. Exhales, navel in, ribs back. Inhale, lift up and lower the hands to the height of the shoulders, arms to the height of the shoulders. Triangle pose, navel hugs, reach forward, send the left hand down to the ground, down to the shin, maybe block. Right arm lifts, and here especially, keep right ribs hugging in, preventing any back bend. Keeping back body long, front body shortening just slightly, keeping strength there. Bend into the left knee. Reverse warrior, legs strong, left arm high, right hand to right leg. And stack the spine to warrior two. Check in with the core, with the navel, with the ribs. Shoulders soft. Just enough strength to keep the arms lifted. Not enough to shorten the neck. And return the hands to the hips, please. Take the toes in front of the heels. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Arms wide to wide leg fold. Walking the hands back between the feet this time, folding a little farther. Weight shifts back toward ball of foot and toes. Inhale to a wide leg half lift. This time, Skandasana or full side lunge. Take right toes wide of right heel. Lunge the hips just behind right heel. If this is not comfortable, if the knee is hanging in or you feel like you're collapsing into the arch and the pinky toe edge is lifting, maybe come back up here, halfway between our variation before and Skandasana, different variation of Skandasana. We want to feel this through the hips. So if the heel's off the floor and the knee is completely bent and you don't feel it, we're kind of nixing the purpose of the pose and just trying to get a shape. Keep that purpose. And we'll switch sides. Left knee wide of left toes. Walk the hands down. We can find our squat. One leg, left leg wide. Or again, if the heel's off, if we don't feel it in the hip, we can come up with the elbow onto the left thigh. And walk the hands back to the center. Point the toes in front of the heels, spine straight out. Hands to the front of the hips and stand all the way up. Weight into left leg or front leg. Step the right foot forwards. Make your way back to the top of the mat. We did a little external rotation so far, moving the knees outwards away from the center line of the body. We'll start to cross in a little bit. Shift your weight into the right leg, please. Take hands to heart center. And bend left knee up toward the height of the hip. Cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh for our figure four chair. Hips sit back, left knee, left hip guide toward the floor. And standing up, float the left knee. From here, step the left foot back through warrior three into crescent lunge. And we can adjust our stance once we land there if we didn't land where we want to be. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist like we did in the beginning. Left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Fold, hands land down around right foot. Set the left knee to the floor. We're going to come into a twisted variation of lizard pose. We may walk the right foot just a little wider, as though it would be outside the right arm. Take right hand to right knee, spinning the chest open, again like we did in the beginning, even if the arm is not extended. If you'd like, we can bend left knee, back knee. We could reach the right arm back. They could bind. They don't have to. We have the same action, even without the bind. And release. Hands inside the right foot and walk the right leg wider. So we're coming into a wide leg variation of kneeling pyramid. Keeping hips and shoulders about the same width. Right hip sits back behind right shoulder. Make sure it's not swinging to the side, avoiding the stretch. Right knee begins to straighten. Mine is not all the way straight. Yours may be, yours may not be. You go wherever you at least feel it through hamstring, maybe calf, maybe the sole of the foot. But it's not too much. We can always come out a little bit. And bend back into the right knee. Walk the right foot just onto your mat, but we'll still stay in lizard. Right arm inside your right leg. Tuck the left toes under. I haven't done this in a class in a while. And we're going to roll on to the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe the outer seam of the leg starts to come onto the floor. Pivot the right toes wider. Almost think of this right leg being in the same shape it was in our figure 4 chair. So we have kind of our box, our 90 degrees or so. You may be lifted more, you may be lowered more. Your choice of the pose. And pivot back around. Walk the right leg below the chest. From here, take right leg back to three-legged dog. We'll keep the hips level this time. And down dog, release. Plank or kneeling plank. Plant the left hand below the face. Your choice of variation. We can set the left knee down again, or we could step right foot forwards. Similar shape to what we just had. Modified or our stacked side plank, your choice. And release right hand to the floor, pivot to the other side. Right hand below the face, heels to the right or set down the right knee. Step the left foot forwards toward that same shape. Release the left hand back to plank or kneeling plank. Vinyasa if you'd like, or we can always come straight back to down dog. Walk, step, or hop forwards. Half lift back to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Raise up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Now, please shift your weight into your left leg. Bend the right knee up toward the height of the hip. And cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, sitting back to our figure 4 chair. Right hip, right knee, sit toward the floor. And standing up, float the right knee. Extend the right leg back through warrior 3. Step the right foot back, crescent lunge. Adjust the stance, land. Inhale the arms overhead. Twist right arm forward, left arm behind. Inhale the arms up overhead. And fold, hands down around left foot. Lizard pose, set the right knee down to the floor. We'll take our twist variation right away. Left foot just a little wider. Left hand to left knee, spin the chest open. Keep right hip lunging forwards. Do notice if the hips are back, you can see the angle between my torso and my leg. We're not into that hip stretch. I do not care how far you twist. I certainly do not care if you take that bind. If you do and you're really excited, I will be excited for you. But please make this still through the right hip. Twisting if you want. Add the knee bend if you want. Reach back toward a bind. Maybe we grab it, maybe we leave it open. And release, bring the left hand back inside left foot. Walk the left foot just a little wider, perhaps to the edge or off the edge of the mat. Coming into our wide leg variation of kneeling pyramid. Hands walk back. Keep the left hip moving back. Notice if your left side is all of a sudden feeling shorter than your right side. Even take your left hand, bring it into left hip crease and push it back gently. Do not force it, but become aware of where that left hip actually is. And bend back into the left knee, hands walk forwards. Now, please tuck the right toes. Straighten the right knee off the floor, and we'll pivot so that the outside seam of right leg starts to release toward the floor, guiding the right heel down. You may need to walk the left heel back a little bit for comfort. Press the left knee wide. Again, left leg, similar shape to our figure four chair, our pigeon. You may feel this dog legs. And having my phone microphone. So my microphone is not enjoying transmitting. Come out of side plank if you hadn't already. Down dog, vinyasa, what have you. I hope you're not all still in side plank. Okay, we're doing the rest of the class without the mic because that connection doesn't seem to be reliable. I apologize. I will talk louder. Go ahead and come down onto hands and knees. Back to tabletop from the beginning. And as you inhale, open your right arm wide to the side, just straight out from the shoulder. Shoulder blade pulls toward the spine. Exhale, release right hand back to the floor. Left arm, inhale wide out to the left side. Shoulder blade pulls back towards spine. Exhale, release left hand. This time, inhale the right arm all the way up. Twist through the chest, through upper spine, without moving the hips too much. Keep the right hip back over the knee. Release right hand to the floor. Left arm, inhale, extend upwards, twisting through upper spine. It may not end up all the way up, that's okay. Release left hand back to the floor. Right arm, inhale, extend up. This time, take right arm underneath left shoulder for thread the needle. Right cheek or temple could land. Pressing the left hand into the floor, take the right arm back up toward the ceiling. Release right hand to the ground. Left arm, inhale, extend up, open the chest. And thread left arm under right shoulder. Left cheek or temple can land. Lifting up, raise the left arm back up toward the ceiling. And release left hand back to the floor. Sit the hips off to one side, please. And lean back onto the hands. Walk the feet a little wider than the hips. And bend the knees up toward the ceiling. Keeping the chest lifted so we're not leaning back or slumping back. Keep the chest lifting as though we were conscientiously trying to create a forward fold. Release the knees to the left. Let the right knee hang in front of right hip. Inhale, point the knees back up. Again, chest stays lifted, navel forwards. Release the knees to the right. And it's okay if that hip comes off the floor, it should. Inhale, raise up. Release the knees to the left. Point the knees up. And release the knees to the right. Point up. Release the knees to the left and we'll sit up. Organizing the hips and the legs so that the chest can face forwards toward left calf, or front shin. Left knee just a little wider than the hip. Right knee out to the side. Sitting tall. If you'd like, we can start to fold over the left leg. Shaping into a pigeon variation. If you'd prefer, we can straighten the right leg back. Do make sure we set up and over the top of the leg so the knee, the shin, front of the quad is to the floor, not the inside seam. Either variation. If you don't like either, you're welcome to take figure 4 or whatever external hip stretch you prefer. And sitting up, go ahead and sit onto your left hip if we're in pigeon. Point the knees up and we'll switch to the other side. Knees to the right, right shin toward parallel with the back of the mat, left knee wide straight out from left hip. Chest forwards, folding over right calf, or if you'd like, and you can come through three-legged dog if you want to as well. We can come into pigeon. Just make sure we do go up and over the top of the left leg. And that inside seam is not what's on the floor. Go ahead and sit back up. From here, spin into the direction you'd like your feet to be facing for Shavasana. Release onto your back for bridge pose. All the way back. Spine, shoulders, head all land. Walk the heels back toward the hips, pointing the knees up. We'll take the arms down on either side of the torso, anchoring back through shoulders, through arms, through feet. Inhale to lift hip points, hip creases. Engage the glutes to help lift the hips, but counter the glutes with keeping the navel drawing back. Strong through front body and back body. Release spine and the hips back to the floor. Cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh for figure 4, and we'll have a second option as well. Pick up the right foot, right knee toward right shoulder, keeping the left knee pressing away. We can stay here with hands around right hamstring, or stay hands free for a little more strength into it. And if you'd like, if we did take pigeon, perhaps cradling the left shin between the foot and the knee into the elbows. Interlacing hands or grabbing hands, keeping the left calf toward the chest, knowing it may pull away, and straighten the right leg down the length of the mat. And it's kind of similar to when we take knees to chest. The leg might not extend all the way, nor does it have to. And bend the right knee to catch the ankle if it's not already. Switching sides, set the right foot, the left foot to the floor, and cross right ankle over the top of the left thigh. Right knee actively away. Pick up the left foot. We can keep it strong, legs pressing into one another. We can hold on to left hamstring if you want to, or again, cradle right shin into the elbows, into the arms, straightening left leg down the length of the mat, knowing it may not land. If you think of this shape you'd usually take in pigeon pose, this is a variation to take the shin more parallel to the front of the mat instead of having it tucked toward hip crease without having so much weight, so much pressure into the outside of the leg and the knee. And I'm working in the opposite half of the pose. Bring the left knee back to right ankle. Catch the ankle if we have not already. Release the left foot and right foot to the floor. Take the arms out to the sides. Walk the feet a little wider than hips, maybe mat width or wider. Release your knees to the right, windshield wiper style. Legs are staggered. Stay to breathe here. Breathing into left hip, left side. And point the knees back up, please. And release the knees to the left. Right knee hangs toward the floor, maybe toward the left foot. And if there's any discomfort in the hips and the knees, if you need to change where they are, if they're too wide, walk them in. You don't have to stay in the first shape you landed in. You can modify. And pointing the knees back up. Walk the feet back toward hip width. Hug the knees into the chest. And from here, keep the knees over the hips or the navel. Take the arms back out and release the knees stacked to the right. Right arm can anchor the outside of the left knee and turn the head to the left. Head turns in the opposite direction of the knees. Pressing the right arm into the ground, take the knees back up, switch sides, knees release to the left and turn the head to the right. Left arm can anchor the knees, turning the head toward right hand. Pressing the left arm into the ground, take the knees back up, hug the knees into the chest, taking another 1, 2, maybe 3 symmetrical poses of your choice. If you enjoy ending with reclined butterfly, with happy baby, with bug pose, if you want to add on any more asymmetrical poses, if you want another pass at figure 4, be my guest. Please feel free to finish your physical practice as you need. And when you're ready, release on to your back, finding your preferred shape for Shavasana. We're going to give the mic another shot and see if it connects here. But if it's going to be spotty, ain't nothing disrupting Shavasana. Mic seems good. landing to your preferred resting shape. Feeling where the back surface of the body lands to the floor. Exhales, feel where the back body lands, releasing your practice, releasing any point of frustration, any discomfort with maybe a challenging pose or movement. Exhale to release movement entirely, landing fully into the floor. As you inhale, feel the floor rise up to hold the back of the body. Finding yourself safe, supported, and resting. Just being. We shouldn't ever actively participate in Shavasana. Hearing my words as though they were coming from you, as though you thought of them. Even as though you didn't even suggest them, but they just occur. When you hear a cue or suggestion to move the breath, picture the breath simply moving there, not having had a command or a suggestion, visualizing the breath as though it chose to go there on its own. Observe the breath inside the center plane of the body, the plane of the bones, of the spine, not front surface or back surface, the very center, that which we could not see, but we could picture. We know it's there. Without controlling or shaping, simply observe the breath. Observe as you inhale, the breath moving to the very crown of the head, up through this center plane of the body. Observe the exhale, moving back down to the soles of the feet. Observe the breath as it moves to the crown of the head, through the center line of the body. Observe the breath as it moves to the soles of the feet. As you inhale, next time, picture the breath moving up to the point between the eyes. Observe the inhale toward the point between the eyes. Observe the exhale to the soles of the feet. Inhale, stretches up to the point between the eyes. Exhales to the soles of the feet. Observe the next few inhales moving up to throat center. Exhales still to the soles of the feet. Observe the inhale naturally move up to the throat center. And observe the exhale return to the soles of the feet. Observe the inhale to heart center, center of the chest. Observe the exhale move back to the soles of the feet. Observe the inhale to navel center. And observe the exhale back to the soles of the feet. Feeling the inhale to navel. Exhales to the soles of the feet. Observe the inhale to the base of the spine. Exhales to the soles of the feet. Inhales to the knees. Exhales to the soles of the feet. Inhales to knees. Exhales, soles of the feet. Inhales to ankles. Exhales, soles of the feet. Small space of breath. Release the observation of the breath. The body will continue to breathe as you continue to rest. Return to the intention you had set at the beginning of your practice, repeating it in the mind as you rest, allowing yourself to be just a little while longer. If you'd like, you're welcome to stay on your back a little while longer, or begin to move the breath back throughout the body, aware of the limbs, the hands, the feet, and gently, slowly, make your way perhaps first onto your side, and then up into your seat if you'd like to end seated. You are welcome to stay on your back. Landing once again with your presence, completing your practice, continuing this presence through the rest of your day, into your weekend, knowing what helps keep us present, what tools, what movements of body, of breath, just the mind, and what things tend to pull us out of our presence and our clarity. Noticing when they do, using one of these tools we've practiced today or in any other practice to help you take yourself back to this present state of being. Bring the palms of the hands together at heart center, bowing your head to your chest, acknowledging your breath, your peace, and all that you are. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Sorry about a little mic glitch and going off mic in the middle. Wireless is fun. No, wireless is a wonderful thing, but thank you. Happy day, guys. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm thankful that the receiver, can you see it? Not quite. It's attached to my phone, and there's a status light, and it's orange. So when it flickers, I know my connection's not good. So I'm thankful for that. Thanks, guys. Yay. Thanks, Tilja Sisters. Thanks, Jules, Chandel. I hope you had a good practice after your run, girl. Not been running in a minute. Need to do that. Thanks, guys. Lindsay has candlelight on Sunday. And we have a special right now because it's been a month and we miss you. And so why not save some monies on some yogas? Drop-ins are $7 right now and you can stock up. I made them last a year instead of 30 days. We have super sale on our 5, 10, and 15 class passes. So yeah, go get some classes to do online with us now. And then when we can be back in the studio, it will happen, guys. We will see each other and I will be able to hug you, damn it. Everyone's getting hugs when it's appropriate. Yay. Love you guys. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you all next Friday, or I'll see you on a Zoom next week.